Okay, today I'm going to talk about making an animated GIF inside of Photoshop. I'm going to do this kind of quickly. There's some other tutorials online and things that you could watch. The most important thing is to start with a certain size. I think already in this class we talked about how to make a web ad. So, a pretty easy way to start is just to start with one of those web ad sizes. And if you look under presets there, again, you still have web option here, and under there you should have the common sizes. So in Photoshop, if I go underneath the file new and start with a new document, I can then say presets and choose web here, and then the common sort of web ad sizes will show up, the rectangle one, a skyscraper, and things. I'm going to use, again, I think when I talked about the web ad example that we did in the previous lesson, I used the 300 by 250. Hit OK. Now, let me move my window around here so that it can be smaller. Okay, so to do animation inside of Photoshop, the easiest way to do it is to start with making everything that you want to move on a separate layer. Because how Photoshop works is that it animates each piece, and so this piece it's easiest to put them on different layers. It's really quite easy to do. There's other things you can do, but I think that is probably the easiest way of doing it, is to take each piece that you want to do and put them on a different layer. So in this case, I'm just gonna make a simple background for my thing. You'll notice it's locked right now. I'm gonna double click and unlock it. So inside of Photoshop, the default background layer is always locked. If you just go to the layers window, and any of these pop-up windows you see in Photoshop and you don't know where they're at, you just go under the window and all the pop-up windows are here. So I'm going to primarily be using the layers window and the animation window. And if the animation window looks like this, we're going to switch it to this one where we see little icons. So I'm not going to worry about the animation window right now. I'm not going to deal with anything yet. First, I want to put all my artwork on different layers. So for my background, I might just make a simple gradient background. That's not too contrasty. This is way too contrasty, from red to black. So the gradient tool is located within the tool window. If you click on the gradient tool, you'll notice there is a big kind of square area in the upper left corner. That square area is used to change the colors and things. And so if I click on that, I just want to make a gradient that's not too crazy, like red to black. In this case, when you open up the gradient editor window, you'll notice there is some ways to adjust the gradients. One way is that, I just added an extra one I did want to do. If you click on the swatch, this is called a swatch, this little square part right here. If I click on that, I can change the color here. And then I'm going to click on this swatch, the one that's over here, this little rectangle right there. I'm going to change that one to a different kind of bluish color. And yeah, that's the kind of colors I want. Maybe a little less saturated here. There we go. And so I'm going to choose two separate colors like this. Okay. And then all I do is click on them and change the color here. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then I'm going to draw a gradient by just drawing a line down the screen or up the screen. Down the screen's better. You can go on an angle like this or any way you want. Again, this is the gradient tool in Photoshop. I'm going to use it to make a background. Next, I'm going to make a new layer. To make new layers, and well, actually I don't need to make a new layer because I'm going to use text. So if you use the text tool or the T here for the text tool, it'll automatically make a new layer no matter what. So I'm going to use the text tool. I'm going to choose a font. Nice happy font here. I don't know which font I'm going to use yet. And then I'm going to click on the screen and it's going to say Happy Easter. Easter is almost here, and so I'm going to make an Easter ad. Okay, so if you don't like that font, you can always go over to the text tool, select the text, and then change the font. Ooh, that looks better. Let's make it smaller. There we go. Nice happy color. So next, I want to animate some pieces. In this case, if you don't have any pieces to animate and you don't feel like drawing your own, you can use some of the pre-made symbols that are located inside of Photoshop and Illustrator and all those other applications. Some of them are located underneath the well, in the styles window. I was thinking in the styles window, but there's also a, yeah, I guess I'm thinking more of Illustrator. They have all kinds of pre-made artwork in Illustrator. But I guess since I don't have that, I'm probably going to have to either draw my own or I was thinking about how to animate this. Well, at least let me put some more pieces on there. We got Happy Easter. Let me pause for a moment. Okay, how about we cheat a little bit and just steal some artwork from, instead of drawing it. At least for me, I don't have time to draw right now. I do like drawing, but I'm going to use the Bing images, kind of like the Google images, and I'm going to type in Easter bunny. And so we have some Easter bunny clip art. Wow, some crazy pictures here, huh? This one's kind of cute. Easter bunny coloring. It's in pieces. Oh, here we go. Here's a hopping bunny. Where's the hopping bunny? There we go. There's a hopping bunny. I'm going to right click and say copy image. Copy image. So if you find something like this and you're using Photoshop, you can copy from the internet by right clicking and saying copying image, and then go back to Photoshop and say edit paste. And if it's too big inside of Photoshop, what you can do is go underneath edit, transform, image. No, where's transform at? No. Oh yeah, it is under edit, transform, scale. And then when you're scaling, up here at the very top, of the selection here, you notice there's a little chain link-looking thing. If you click on that link-looking thing, you can put your cursor right over top of the H that's right next to it. Click on the chain, and click right next to the H that's right next to it. And if you drag to the right, it'll start shrinking down. Then you can move it on the screen, shrink it down, move it on the screen. When you're done, I'm going to hit the black move tool, and it'll take effect. Okay, so there we go. We got a bunny. Let me get rid of some of the white that's around the outside of the bunny. Again, there should be a eraser tool. Let's see if I can, oops, put in there, magic eraser. There it is, magic eraser. There we go. So I use the magic eraser to get rid of the outside. So here's my bunny. I'm going to animate the bunny kind of on the screen. Boom, 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 boom. And as he goes across, boom, 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 boom. I'm going to put the words buy chocolate here. And maybe we should get some chocolate too. How about we get some chocolate? Oh, this is kind of cool. I haven't really used the Bing images. I usually use the Google images, but chocolate. There we go. Where can we get chocolate at? I know I'm just stealing pictures. It's probably not the best. You should go and buy your own, or take your own pictures. There's some chocolate right here. And let's right click on it. Say copy image. Again, I'm going to go back to Photoshop. And I'm going to say edit, paste. And then again, if it's too big, like it is too big, I'm going to go under image, or no, edit, transform, scale. I'm going to click on the little link that's on the top up here. And then I'm going to put my cursor over the H that's right next to it, and I'm going to drag to the left to make it smaller. There we go. So here's some chocolate. Be a little bit smaller. And then let's hit the black move tool again right here. and hit apply. And then let's put one more piece of text in there. We'll say eat chocolate. So I spelled chocolate. Is there E at the end? I think so. Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit big. I guess it's not too big. Maybe we'll make it just a little smaller. There we go. So, yeah, everything isn't quite lined up perfectly. I know that, but the important thing is how to do the animation. So, in this case, one of the things I'm going to do is you'll notice whenever you get your pieces all together, like we have our pieces all together, you'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen where I started working is the animation palette. So this is how we make what we're going to call a GIF animation. A GIF animation is sort of been around for many years. It's basically done in either Photoshop or there's a variety of other GIF animation programs. In this case, how it's done is you just make several different frames, okay, and each frame you can then do different things with the layers that are up here, okay. So you can move the position of things, and you can move, you know, you can hide things and show them like this. And so the way the animation works in a GIF animation is you're basically moving objects around and having different frames. And so when you're all done, you'll have a whole animation of different frames, and you can change the seconds and things like that. So let me start again by bringing up the animation palette. If you don't see the animation palette, you can always go under Window, Animation, and it should show up. If it doesn't look like this, it might look like this. This is a different way of animating with using the timeline, but I'm going to use frames and it's in the lower left corner is the way you can switch back and forth between the way it looks. Okay, so here's how I'm going to start. Again, at the very beginning, I don't want to have eyeballs on. I'm going to have, how about we have eyeballs on? So inside of how this works and how animation works is that you can turn the eyeball on and off in the layers window in Photoshop of each of the pieces that you're working with. So in this case, I'm working with Easter. So I'm going to leave that on. And then basically I want the rabbit to come bouncing in. So I'm going to usually start with, oops, wrong layer. Make sure you have what layer. So in this case, inside of Photoshop, you can see how you can select these different layers right here. I'm going to select the bunny layer. Let's call it bunny. Let's call this one chocolate. Short. And then text it says eat more chocolate. So what we want is we want, of course, the bunny to come from off the screen. He's going to come bouncing in, and as he bounces across the screen, we'll have the words and chocolate show up. Okay, so we're going to start the bunny there. Basically, how you can do, we could do a kind of a frame-by-frame animation. What does that mean is that, this is a common technique that you can use inside of Flash also. It means that you will make a new frame in the animation window down here. You see where the animation window is. There's a new button right next to, there's a trash can there. There's a new button right next to it that says make new frame. Okay, so what it does is it duplicates this frame over here, and then you can move the rabbit, and you'll notice right now we already have an animation. See how it moved? Like that. So all you need to do is just change what you want from one frame to the other. So I'm going to make another new one next to the trash can here in the animation window, and let's move my bunny again, and I'm going to make a new layer, move my bunny again, 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 make a new layer, move my bunny again. Okay, so if we look at what we got so far, all I did was make a new frame each time and then move it. And if we watch what we have, we got, oh, each one is 10 seconds. One of the things about the timing down here in the animation, you notice it says how long do you want each frame to hold. In this case, I'm going to select all of them, by holding down the shift key. So I select the first one, hold down the shift key, select the last one, and I'm going to tell the animation, and just by where the numbers are down here where it says 10 seconds, I'm just going to say how about 0.2 seconds. That'll be kind of fast. So if we look at it now, okay, we play it. Did you see that? So it goes through each one of the frames and bounces across the screen. Okay, so as the bunny bounces, we want the words, we want the chocolate to show up and the eat more chocolate text. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these two together and then put a mask on it. I believe that's what would probably be the best way to do it, and then just animate the mask across. So I should have probably had that mask on already, but I didn't. So let's do that. So I'm going to select these two layers, the chocolate and the picture of the chocolate and the chocolate text, and I'm going to group them together under in the layer window in the upper corner. There is a group option, so I'm going to say new group from layers, and we'll call these guys chocolate, and hit OK. And then in doing so, I want it to be on the entire time. How come it doesn't go there now? You notice that? I'm messing this all up already. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. That. You shouldn't start changing things as you start animating. So let me start over a little bit here. I'm going to turn off the chocolate there. When do I want the chocolate to be on? I want it to kind of start when the bunny gets towards the end. So how about we kind of, once he gets past about this point, yeah, and then we'll have the text just pop up. Or we can actually have the text move in. I guess we could do that. So let's just turn on the text and the picture for each one, and then let's just move them off. So here I'm going to select the text and move it out, and we'll have it follow in with the bunny as he's going. So right there, we'll move it there, and then we'll move it a little bit further out, and then no, that's not going to work either. Okay, because I started doing it later. How about we just have the text pop on? How about that, right? So the text is off. Next one it's on, just like the bunny. There it is, and there it is. So yeah, we can have it come on a little bit like that. So if we hit our animation, so all it is just a movement. And then there's also a looping option. If you look down here towards the bottom of the animation window, you'll see where it says once. If I say forever, it'll just keep playing over and over again. So if I hit the animation now, bunny goes and the text comes in. So that is a simple animation example that you can use. The last thing I would do is save it as a GIF. So if I save it as a Photoshop file first, in case I want to go back and alter it, so I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file. But I don't put the Photoshop file like online or anything like that. I just make the Photoshop file because that's the file that I would use to make this. And then if I was going to put this on a website, I would go under File, Export, Save for Web and Device. That is File, Save for Web and Device. And then in the Save for Web and Device window, I'm going to choose GIF because it's an animated GIF. This is the animation, and you'll notice it has Forever option down here, and it's going to export all of these takes each one of the frames that you have, puts it into one file, and then you can take that one file and put it on your web page. So if I hit save here, and let's get bunny 1, it'll take it, and if we open up a browser, in this case, let's open up a new browser window here. And if we could get to the desktop so we can grab it. No, I called it bunny 1. Somewhere on my desktop. Oh, there it is. If we take the animation and put it in the browser, you'll see. There it is. So practice. See if you can get this to work as far as an animation. You might enjoy it. Just try it. That's all you need to do.